procedural motion and request the Honorable Papa Osoro, or no, the Honorable Osoro, Silvanas Osoro, to actually second. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, for clarity, my name is Osoro, not Papa Osoro, as the Honorable my Deputy Majority Leader has alluded to. But Honorable Speaker, the purpose of seeking the exemption of business from the provision of Standing Order number 43, as the movers clearly stated, is to try and dispense of all, this business, the government business, and set aside the business that is meant for the private members. Honorable Speaker, looking at the calendar of this House, we are set to proceed for recess next week on 27th. And this House also received the Minister for, or the CS for Finance, who of course gave us the estimates sometimes last week. And it's important that even as we come to the closure of this financial year, getting now to the next financial year, that we push this business that is stated in order number 10, and that is the finance bill, and also the special motion that we discussed yesterday, and of course the county public finance laws, because we are getting into the new financial year. So, Honorable Speaker, with that, I beg to second.
Honorable members, I propose the question that this House resolves to exempt the business appearing as orders number 10, 11, and 12 in today's order paper from the provisions of Standing Order number 43, being a Wednesday morning, a day allocated for business not sponsored by the majority or minority party, or business sponsored by a committee. Thank you, honorable members. I now put the question that this House resolve to exempt the business as orders numbers 10, 11, and 12 in today's order paper from the provisions of Standing Order 43, being a Wednesday morning, a day allocated for business not sponsored by the majority or minority party, or business sponsored by the committee. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order. Before the next order, allow me to recognize a school that is seated in the public gallery. The school is Logorate Comprehensive School from Samburu West constituency, Samburu County. Next order.
Order number 9, the Agriculture and Livestock Extension Service Bill, Senate Bill number 12 of 2022, second reading, question to be put.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the Agriculture and Livestock Extension Services Bill, Senate Bill number 12 of 2022, be now read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to provide for agricultural and livestock extension services, establish the agricultural and extension services, and for connected purposes.
Next order.
Order number 10, the Finance Bill, National Assembly Bill number 19 of 2025, second reading, question to be put.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the Finance Bill, National Assembly Bill number 19 of 2025, be now read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the laws relating to various taxes and duties for matters incidental thereto.
Next order.
Order number 11, special motion, consideration of nominees for appointment to the National Police Service Commission. Question to be put.
Honorable members, I now put the question that taking into consideration the findings of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security in its report on the approval of the hearing of nominees for appointment as members of the National Police Service Commission, laid on the table of this House on Thursday, 12 June 2025, and pursuant to the provisions of Article 246(2) and 252 of the Constitution and Sections 3 and 8 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, Cap 7F, approves the appointment of the following nominees as members of the National Police Service Commission. 1, Ms. Peris Mudhoni Kimani. 2, Mr. Benjamin Juma Imai. And 3, Professor Colette A. Suda. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I think you'll allow us now to go back to order number 5. Thank you for your indulgence.
Order number 5, papers.
Majority Leader, Honorable Lowen Baya.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Wednesday, June 18, 2025, morning sitting. 1, reports of the Auditor General and financial statement for the years ended 30th June 2024 and the certificates therein in respect of the following technical and vocational college. A, Msambweni. B, Kibwezi West. C, Mulango. D, Machakos Town. E, Kitui East. And F, Yata. 2, reports of the Auditor General and financial statement for the year ended 30th June 2024 and the certificates therein in respect of the following secondary schools. A, St. Alfonsa Kisau Girls, Makueni. B, Kitondo, Makueni. C, Baricho Boys. D, Kabare Girls. E, Shimba Hills. And F, Muha Boys, Makueni. 3, reports of the Auditor General and financial statement for the year ended 30th June 2024 and the certificates therein in respect of the following technical training institute. A, Wote. B, Machakos Technical Institute for Blind. And C, Katine. 4, reports of the Auditor General and financial statement for the year ended 30th June 2024 and the certificates therein in respect of A, Malindi Integrated Social Health Development Program Phase 2, MISHDP 2, Coastal Development Authority. B, Horn Africa Groundwater for Resilience Project IDA, credit number 7082KE, project ID P174867, State Department for Water and Sanitation. C, Nambale Mjini Mayenje Water Project Grant / credit number 08W/Busia/97. D, Rwambura Irrigation Development Project number 1109118900, National Irrigation Authority. E, Multimedia University of Kenya. And F, Mamangina University College. 5, reports of the Auditor General and financial statement for the year ended 30th June 2023 and the certificates therein in respect of A, Kenya Primary Education Equity in Learning Program, IDA grant number D991KE and credit number 7067KE and grants NOS TFC 306KE and TFC 307KE, State Department for Basic Education, and B, Hybrid Generation of Off-Grid Power System Credit, number CKE 1066011, Kenya Power and Lighting Company, PLC. 6, reports of the Auditor General and financial statement for the Sekuru National Polytechnic year ended 30th June 2024 and the certificates therein. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I lay.
Thank you. Next order, order number 6.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements.
Honorable, order number 6, there was a notice of motion by Honorable Gikaria. Or is that? Sorry? Oh, I'm told it's by Gonzi Rai. Is he available for your, you're ready for your notice of motion? Okay, just hold on. So we agree that Honorable Gekaria, you are on the order paper to give a notice of motions. We skip that on number 6. Okay, so let's move to number 7, which is statements. Honorable Member for Kinango, Honorable Gonzirai, you may proceed. Schedule the code.
Madam Speaker, I rise to request for a statement regarding the safety of a Kenyan in Saudi Arabia. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44(2)(c), I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Defense Intelligence and Foreign Relations regarding the safety of Ms. Riziki Luvuno Mambo, holder of passport number AK 1325501, who went missing in Saudi Arabia in March 2024. Honorable Speaker, Ms. Riziki Luvuno Mambo has been residing in Saudi Arabia since July 2023 when she moved there for employment. However, her family, with whom she maintained regular communication, claims to have lost contact with her on 12th of March 2024, raising concerns about her safety and whereabouts. Following her lack of communication, the family received reports on 23rd of April 2024 that she had been arrested and was being held at Jeddah Sawari police station in Saudi Arabia. It is alleged that she was found in a state of distress, wandering the streets, and appeared to be suffering from mental health condition. Efforts by the family to secure her repatriation to Kenya have been unsuccessful. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Defense Intelligence and Foreign Affairs on the following. The circumstances surrounding the arrest of Ms. Riziki Luvuno Mambo by the Saudi Arabian police. 2, steps that the relevant government agencies have taken to ascertain the whereabouts and secure our expatriation, release from custody, expedition release from custody, and repatriate to Kenya for proper physical and mental care. And C, the measures that the government has taken to guarantee the safety of all Kenyans living and working abroad to ensure that they receive timely government assistance as cases of distress. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chairperson, Defense and Foreign Relations. Is there a member of that committee in the House to give an undertaking on behalf of the committee? Okay, Majority Leader, can you give the undertaking on their behalf?
We here the Vice Chair is here. Yeah. The Honorable Captain Major Bashir is here. He can do an undertaking.
Give him the mic.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have listened to the request for a statement, and I would like to inform the member that we'll be able to have a response to the question in 2 weeks' time, including also all others that he has mentioned, including distress calls from the people in diaspora. 2 weeks' time will be appropriate.
Okay, thank you. Next order.
Order number 12, the County Public Finance Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 39 of 2023, second reading.
Mover? Who's the mover of the bill? Okay, this bill, the mover is the chairperson of the Finance Committee, but he doesn't seem to be here, and I don't think there's any member of the Finance Committee. I'm told they were having a meeting. So I think we can skip order number 12, stand it down and bring it back at a later time today. So let's move to order number 13. Order number 13.
Order number 13, motion, consideration of Senate amendments to the National Construction Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 59 of 2022.
The mover of this bill, is that the chairperson, Transport and Infrastructure? Majority Leader, who's the
Thank
mover?
you, Honorable Speaker.
Oh, it's an Honorable Gikaria.
Yes.
Okay, proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move that the Senate amendment to the National Construction Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 59 of 2022, be now considered. Honorable Speaker, I had brought this to effectively operationalize the 30% under the procurement for the special groups, that is the women, youth, and people with disability. And Honorable Speaker, in that amendment, I had proposed that we exempt class 8, 7, and 6, but we had agreed with the committee that we only exempt class 8 only. But when we went to the Senate has since rejected our proposal of 8 and returned it to where I had proposed to 6, 7, and 8. But, Honorable Speaker, I want to agree with the committee that we just exempt only class 8 and just up to class 8 and nothing more, and that is only for startup, so that we can be able to help our youth, women, and people with disability to be able to venture into business, to give an opportunity for us. So in my view, I would want to agree with the committee and reject the Senate proposal. And I ask Honorable Ruto to second.
Before we do that, may I have a seconder? Is the seconder the Honorable Ruto? Member for Keses, please proceed.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Through to what the proposer said, Madam Speaker, the essence of providing this particular intervention is to encourage young members of the country, that is the youth, the special group of women, and people living with disability, to participate in such business entities and to grow the economy. And therefore, I stand to support the rejection of the proposals of Senate, and we only approve the removal of Class 8 under NCA, so that we encourage the new people and we don't misuse the other conditionalities that have been provided by NCA, because we've seen other people who are qualified, who are able, can misuse those particular provisions. Thank you so much. I support the proposal of rejection.
First, I now propose the question, which is that the Senate amendment bill to the National Construction Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 59 of 2022, be now considered. May I go ahead and put the question? Yes. I now put the question that the Senate amendment to the National Construction Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 59 of 2022, be now considered. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as our contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it. So, honorable members, Well, honorable members, the fact that the nays have it means that in order number 14, the Committee of the Whole House will not consider the consideration to the Senate amendment to the National Construction Authority Bill, National Assembly Bill number 59 of 2022. Thank you, honorable members.
Honorable Speaker, there is a growing trend in this House, Honorable Speaker, that if really not attempt, it will mess the integrity of this House. Honorable Speaker, when the Speaker is on her feet, nobody should be seen walking and moving around, Honorable Speaker. The Honorable Wamboka, Honorable Speaker, is out of order. He's been walking around picking water, Honorable Speaker, or something.
I apologize, Honorable Speaker. I'm sincerely sorry, and that will not happen again.
Honorable members, let us proceed. I did not notice that the Honorable Amboka was moving around, but Honorable, if that happened, let it not happen any other time. Next order.
Order number 14, Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable members, I would like to call the meeting to order. We are in the Committee of the Whole House, and we are considering the Wildlife Conservation and Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 23.
Clause 2.
I propose the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I put the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Title.
The Honorable Ruwaida, I can see you are in the house. Please get settled. The member for Lamu, please settle down. The honorable members, please take your seats. Honorable members, the only person I will not address is the Deputy Speaker. The rest of the members, please take your seats. Except the Deputy Speaker. I propose the question that the title be the title of the bill. There be no amendment. I now put the question that the title be the title of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
I propose the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I now put the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover? The Honorable Rueda Obo, member for
Lamu East.
Lamu East.
Mheshimiwa Spika, naomba kutoa hoja kwamba kamati ya bunge iliripoti kwa bunge la kitaifa kushughulikia kwa mswada wa hifadhi na usimamizi wa wanyamapori marekebisho mswada wa bunge la kitaifa nambari 3 wa mwaka 2023 na kuridhiwa kwake bila marekebisho. Asante Bi Speaker.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rueda. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Wildlife Conservation and Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 3 of 2023, and its consideration without amendments. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Chairperson to report to the House.
Thank you, Honorable. Honorable Speaker, I beg to report to the Committee of... Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Wildlife Conservation and Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 3 of 2023, and its approval without amendments.
The mover to move agreement with the report. The mover to move agreement with the report.
Mheshimiwa Spika, naomba kutoa hoja kwamba bunge hili likubaliane na kamati ya bunge zima kuhusu ripoti hiyo. Pia namuomba Mheshimiwa Owen Baya aunge kuafiki hoja ya kukubaliwa kwa ripoti ya kamati ya bunge zima. Asante Bwana Spika.
Honorable Owen Baya.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, just a minute. Asante Mheshimiwa Speaker kwa kunipatia nafasi kuunga hoja ya makubaliano na bunge kuhusu mswada huu. Na niseme hivi kwamba huu mswada ni mswada muhimu sana. Na nataka kumpongeza Mheshimiwa Rueda kwa kujali watu wake wa Lamu na watu wa Pwani. Kwamba hawa wanyama ambao leo tunawaweka katika ratiba ya wale ambao wakiumiza watu watalipwa ni viumbe ambavyo viko katika bahari. Na hivi viumbe Bwana Spika huwa vinaumiza watu wa Lamu sana. Manake watu wa Lamu wengi wao wanapata chakula chao cha kila siku kupitia ile bahari ya Hindi. Na kwa sababu hiyo basi Mheshimiwa Rueda, nataka niseme kwamba umefanya jambo zuri sana. Watu wa Lamu na watu wa Pwani watakukumbuka maisha yao yote kwa hii kazi nzuri umewafanyia, ili hata hao wapate fidia, wafidiwe wakipata hasara ndani ya bahari. Asante Bwana Spika, na naunga mkono makubaliano na hoja hii ambayo Mheshimiwa Rueda amepitisha. Asante sana.
Yes, Honorable Rachel Nyamai. No. In terms of procedure, Honorable Rachel, the question has to be proposed first. Honorable members, I propose the question that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Honorable Rachel Nyamai.
Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa kuchukua fursa hii pia mimi niweze kumpa kongole Mheshimiwa wa Lamu East ambaye ni Mheshimiwa Ruweida Obo. Alifanya kazi nyingi sana. Na kwa kawaida Mheshimiwa Ruweida huwa anajali sana watu wake wa Lamu. Na sana mambo ambayo yanahusu bahari, mambo ambayo yanahusu umbali kutoka hapa Nairobi. Tumemsikiza akiwa hapa bungeni vile anapenda kuhakikisha kwamba watu wake wanapatiwa fidia sana kwa mambo ambayo yanahusu bahari. Na ningependa pia kupongeza Mheshimiwa Honorable Owen Baya. Na pia nimwambie nimeona Kiswahili kimeanza kumshinda. Sijui ni kwa sababu gani. Kwa sababu analemewa ni kukaa sana na Mheshimiwa Eshongwa, Mheshimiwa Whip Osoro na Mheshimiwa wa Marsabit, Mheshimiwa wako wanamuongelesha kizungu mingi mpaka siku hizi ameanza kusahau Kiswahili. Kwa hivyo ningependa kuwapongeza wote wawili, lakini niambie Mheshimiwa Ruweida ajaribu aketi sana na Mheshimiwa Baya amfundishe Kiswahili.
Mheshimiwa Rachel Nyamai, ungependa kufahamishwa jambo na Mheshimiwa Osoro?
Ningependa nifahamishe na Mheshimiwa Osoro. Na anifahamishe kwa Kiswahili.
Fahamisha kwa Kiswahili.
Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa kufahamisha Mheshimiwa Rachel kwamba hatusemi kwamba lugha ya Kimombo, usema kwamba Kiingereza mingi. Unasema Kiingereza kingi. Pili, tunasema kwamba sio Kiswahili kimemshinda. Tunasema kwamba Kiswahili, lugha ya Kiswahili imemlemea. Kwa hivyo matamshi katika ngeli ni vema kwamba ni vema unapozungumza katika lugha ya Kiswahili uelewe kwamba kuna ngeli, pia kuna muktadha wa kufuata kidogo, ndio kidogo uweze kuelewa Kiswahili vile inafaa.
Mheshimiwa Rachel, umefahamishwa, ulikuwa umemaliza au unaendelea?
Ningependa tu kufunga.
Sababu hata
ningependa kushukuru sana Mheshimiwa Osoro, lakini pia ni vizuri ajue kuna misamiati ya Kiswahili ambayo anafaa aielewe vizuri. Kwa hivyo tunapopongeza Mheshimiwa wa Lamu, tunafaa tupange maneno kama vile ambavyo anaipanga na vile ambavyo inapangwa na Mheshimiwa wa Mombasa ambaye anaporomosa Kiswahili vizuri sana. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Mheshimiwa Osoro, uko kwa hoja ya nidhamu au ufahamisho? Abu, kwa wakati huu lazima mjue wajumbe waheshimiwa kwamba mmepoteza spika.
Niko katika hoja ya kufahamisha bado.
Spika haelewi msamiati, ngeli na hayo mambo mnaongea.
Kweli kabisa Spika, nikiendelea kufahamisha Mheshimiwa Rachel nimweleze kwamba hata katika lugha ya Kiswahili kuna pia unasahihi mtu, kisha baadaye kama haupendi kusikiza ama kidogo uko na maoni tofauti kwa yale ambayo amesema, unakanusha. Kwa hivyo kwa mfano unaposema kwamba mama alinikimbiza katika lugha ya Kiswahili, wengine usema kwamba mama hakunikimbiza, lakini hicho sio Kiswahili sanifu. Unapokanusha usema kwamba mama alinikimbiza. Kwa hivyo ukijibu unasema asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Yule ni Mheshimiwa Sietenei au Mheshimiwa yupi? Mheshimiwa Watarbo, ungependa pia kunena kwa lugha ya Kiswahili?
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Nataka kufahamisha Bwana Osoro, Mheshimiwa Osoro, ya kwamba ameongea Kiswahili mufti sanifu, sio Kiswahili mufti. Aweze kuongea kwa Kiswahili mufti ndio tujue anaweza kuporomosha Kiswahili vyema. Asante Bwana Spika.
Bwana Osoro ameongea ile Kiswahili tunasemanga imebuniwa upande wa Nyanza. Ako na tabrija kuu ukimlinganisha na mie speaker. Allow me now to... You want to contribute? Okay. Bwana Gikaria, utatamka pia?
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa kweli ni shukuru Mheshimiwa Ruaida Mohamed kwa hoja hili ambapo alileta hapa katika bungeni ya kuweza kuwajali watu ya sehemu ya upande wa Mombasa mahali kuna bahari na pengine watu wanapoteza ama wanapata injuries kutokana na wanyama wale wako ndani, majeruhi kwa ile vitu inapatikana. Niseme kwa kweli ni kitu cha muhimu kuangalia, kwa sababu kuna wakati mimi nilijaribu kuleta mswada kule kwangu, watu wengi kwangu wanapata madhara ama wanajeruhiwa mpaka maafa inatokana kutokana na nyani, na nilijaribu kuweka nyani wawekwe kama wanyama wa porini ambaye kutapatikana compensation, lakini haikuwezekana. Lakini fidia, asante Bwana Osoro. So niseme tu kwa kweli nimshukuru sana Mheshimiwa Ruaida kwa hiyo nafasi, na pengine hata sisi in future kwa sababu kwa siku zijazo tuangaliliwe kwa sababu ya hawa wanyama ambaye ni nyani ambaye wanalete madhara sana katika miji mikuu mahali kuna poli, especially kama kule kwangu kuna hiyo National Park ya Nakuru ambaye watu wengi wanaathirika kwa sababu ya huyu mnyama anaitwa nyani. Kwa hivyo niseme once again kwa mara nyingine Mheshimiwa Ruaida, pongezi sana kwa msaada huu ambao umeleta. Asante.
Yeah, honorable members, I now put the question that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover of the bill to move.
Mheshimiwa Spika, naomba kutoa hoja kwamba mswada wa hifadhi na usimamizi wa wanyamapori marekebisho, mswada wa Bunge la Kitaifa nambari 3 wa mwaka 2023 sasa usome mara ya 3. Pia naomba Mheshimiwa Owen Baya kuafiki hoja hii. Bwana Spika, nataka nichukue nafasi hii niwashukuru wabunge wenzangu kwa kuungana pamoja kupitisha huu mswada. Pia nishukuru uongozi wa bunge kwa kuhakikisha kwamba leo tumefika hii stage. Hili ni jambo kubwa sana kwetu kwa sababu madhara mengi tuliyaona wakati tulipokwenda kule, kamati ilipokwenda Faza. Watu walikuwa wamekatwa miguu. Hivi sasa ni kuambia lazima kwa mwezi lazima at least mtu mmoja, angalau mtu mmoja atakuwa amepigwa na huu mnyama anaitwa yeda, kwa kizungu stingray. Pia kuna watu wengi wameathiriwa, itasaidia watalii, hata si watu wetu peke yetu. Kuna mtalii alienda kupiga picha na akakatwa na papa. Pale feri pia watu wengi wanaathirika na papa kwa sababu meli zikija zinapita na mapapa. Bahati mbaya pengine mtu ameingia chini ya feri kutengeneza, anakatwa na papa na hawapati malipo. Hii itasaidia hata hawa wabunge. Saa nyingine wanaenda kujivinjari, wakifika Mombasa, wakienda na zile boat. Bahati mbaya waanguke kwa maji au sema nataka kuogelea, kuna saa nyingine hatari inaweza tokea, pia wao itakuwa imewasaidia. Bwana Spika, sitaki kuchukua muda mwingi zaidi, lakini nashukuru sana. Hata nimeshikwa na shaki. Najua kwangu hili ni jambo kubwa sana. Watu wangu nao watajihisi kwamba ni Wakenya, wakosti wote kwa jumla watajihisi kama ni Wakenya na wao hawatengwi kwa sheria. Manake sheria mwanzo ilikuwa imeangalia tu watu kwa ardhi, watu wa maji, sisi ambao tunaringizwa na maji ilikuwa hatuonekani. Nashukuru bunge hili sasa imefanya kwamba watu wanakaa kwa visiwa vya bahari au wanakaa kwa mazingira ya maji na wao wamewekwa kwa rada ya serikali. Manake mara nyingi walikuwa wameona wametengwa. Hii itafanya tuweze kuhifadhi zaidi wanyama wetu wa pori. Asante Bwana Spika. Sije nikalia, asante.
Mheshimiwa Wenbaya.
Asante sana Bwana Spika, na hakiki mswada huu na afiki mswada huu kwamba usomwe kwa mara ya 3, na pia niseme kwamba kama vile wabunge wenzangu wanavyosema na vile Mheshimiwa Roida amesema, huu ni mswada mzuri sana, mswada ambao utasaidia watu wa pwani. Kilifi ni kati ya zile kaunti ambazo ziko na ufuo wa bahari mrefu sana, na bahari iko pale na watu kazi yao wengi ni maneno ya ubaharia, na mswada huu umekuja kwa wakati wake, kwamba ni wakati sasa watu ambao kwa muda mrefu walikuwa wamesahaulika katika maneno ya kufidiwa katika zile ajali zinafanyika ndani ya bahari, sasa pia wamepata nafasi. Kwa hiyo mimi ile nataka kuomba bunge hili, nataka kuomba uongozi wa bunge, mswada huu upeleke kwa haraka sana, uwekwe sahihi na rais ama assent, ili usikae. Nimeona miswada mingine tumepitisha hapa imekaa haijapelekwa for assent, na mimi nataka niwaombe sana, huu mswada ambao Mheshimiwa Roida ameufanyia kazi sana na ameweka kazi zake sana na amepatia matumaini watu wa Lamu na watu wa pwani, kwamba ufikishwe kwa haraka sana kwa rais, uwekwe sahihi, ili wale ambao wanaumia kwa sababu hii maneno ambayo imefanyika wapate fidia kwa haraka sana. Mimi nataka kuunga mkono. Asante sana.
Honorable Charles Nguna Ngusia.
Asante sana Bwana Spika
kwa
kunipa nafasi hii.
Charles Nguna Ngusia, just take back your seat. I've not proposed the question for debate. Honorable members, I propose the question that the Wildlife Conservation and Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 3 of 2023, be now read a third time. Yeah, so now you can contribute, Honorable Charles Nguna Ngusia.
Asante sana Bwana Spika. Nilikuwa nimeharakisha sana kuchangia mswada huu, lakini nimepata ya kwamba umekamilika. Kwa sasa mimi nataka kuongeza sauti yangu kwa hii niunge mkono kabisa, na nataka kuuliza itiwe sahihi haraka iwezekanavyo. Na kama Spika ilivyo desturi yetu, nataka kuomba tafadhali upe dada yangu Recho Kaki, kuna kitu alikuwa anataka kuongezea hii mswada. Asante sana.
Honorable Charles Nguna Ngusia, I have not seen any request from Honorable Rachel Nyamai to either contribute or to inform you. Honorable Rachel Nyamai, you wanted to contribute?
Yes, Honorable Speaker.
Because I want to put the question.
Yes, I would like to thank you very much for your indulgence. This is a very important bill, and the proposal that has been, the bill that has just passed, Honorable Speaker, is extremely important. I am aware that the committee has been looking on to amend the same act. I know that it will take time, because after being ascended to it, it needs to take about 6 months. But the issue of snake bites, Honorable Speaker, is a big issue that must be discussed now by this House. We have snake bites all over the country, starting with Baringo, Marsabit, Mandera. Kitui has the most poisonous snakes, Honorable Speaker. And we realize that when this amendment was being done, snake bites seems to have been left out. And I remember it was also removed, actually, in the 12th Parliament. So I would like to request the chair of this committee, after the passage of the 6 months, we will be bringing an amendment so that we also consider snake bites, because snake bites are killing too many people. And the ministry was in my constituency about 3 weeks ago, and the issue of snake bites was raised by my constituents, and so many people are calling for inclusion of snake bites in the compensation as part of the compensation we are discussing today. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for your indulgence. I support.
Yeah, Honorable Rachel, you raise a very important issue. My own grandmother, I never saw my paternal grandmother. He died of a snake bite. And so don't wait for 6 months. You can join the committee in pursuing that endeavor. Honorable members, because of other businesses, let me put the question. I have confirmed that we have the requisite quorum in the House for purposes of making a decision. I therefore put the question, which is that the Wildlife Conservation and Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 3 of 2023, be now read a third time. As many as are of that opinion say aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Wildlife Conservation and Management Act 2013.
Next order.
Order number 15, motion, exemption of major roads, expansion of major roads in the country to dual carriages, resumption of debate.
Is that for resumption of debate? Is it for resumption of debate? But it had been moved and seconded. Honorable Soro.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to support the motion by the Honorable Faith Gitao on the expansion of major roads in the country to dual carriages. Honorable Speaker, the road issue or the road matter is actually a thorn in the flesh of many Kenyans, Honorable Speaker. That when you move around the world, those of us who have had the privilege to travel across the world, you'll agree with me that we are behind schedule in terms of the road network as a country, Honorable Speaker. But of importance, Honorable Speaker, is the proposal or the motion by the Honorable Faith Gitao that seeks, or rather that brings us to the attention of everybody, Honorable Speaker, about the expansion of these major roads. Honorable Speaker, when you look, or if you've had an opportunity to travel or to make your way or to drive or whichever way from Nairobi all the way to Nakuru, then all the way to Kericho, all through to that route, Honorable Speaker, you'll agree with me that over the weekends, that route is extremely busy. Very, very busy. Because unlike the traditional holiday places that have been said before, like Mombasa and, the South Coast, the North Coast and all those places, other Kenyans opt, Honorable Speaker, to drive from Nairobi to Naivasha for what nowadays they call staycation or something, or just a little bit of some holiday, because that is another area that has become a common holiday destination, Honorable Speaker, especially for those who are not able to raise enough money, Honorable Speaker, and even not even enough money. There are very, very good hotels, Honorable Speaker, nowadays in Nakuru, Naivasha area, Honorable Speaker, that people go for holidays, Honorable Speaker. But unfortunately, there is a challenge. You drive all the way from Nairobi, you get to Westlands, but past Limuru, Honorable Speaker, you then now start finding a challenge or getting a challenge of the road network because of so many vehicles on the way. Because there are so many vehicles on the way in that route. If there is something that we need to think of as a country, is expanding such highways, Honorable Speaker. The roads that go all the way to Malava, the roads that pass through, you go, Honorable Speaker, from Sotik to Kaplong. It's like a road, Honorable Speaker, that was made when the population was hardly, 2 million people in this country or 3 million people in this country. It is really not a road that people should be talking about. And I see Honorable Osero looking at me because that is his home, and he knows very well that there is a challenge between Sotik, Keroka, Kisii, and going all the way, Honorable Speaker, to Tsirare. It's really, really a big challenge, Honorable Speaker. And there are so many vehicles on the road. Those roads, the implementers, or rather the people who came up with that structure of such roads, Honorable Speaker, did not envision a time when we will be densely populated as we are and with so many people on the road. And that is why this motion is coming in timely. Look at Mombasa, Honorable Speaker. Not everybody is able to afford a flight to Mombasa. That immediately you get to Makutano at the junction of Machakos towards Mombasa, Honorable Speaker, the road becomes slimmer, and slimmer. And because it was actually made, it was constructed over 30 or 40 years ago, or even 50 years ago, and not really well maintained. Sometimes, of course, there are potholes on the road. Some irregular bumps have been erected by people because of the accidents that are occur, Honorable Speaker. And we even squeeze ourselves with the trailers when you're driving in those roads. I mean, really, it is about time that we start having this discussion on how we can be able to get to expand these roads to have every major road as a dual carriage, Honorable Speaker. But even as we get to that, then we then need to sit down and ask ourselves this question. Is it then possible for this country, the country's budget, to meet those needs? Is it possible that within the budget that we have, Honorable Speaker, that we have all those roads, made under dual carriage, Honorable Speaker? What then, when you ask yourself this question, then it brings up for this answer that it's about time we also start thinking on how we can engage investors on such structures under the PPP terms. That if the government is not able to construct these roads because of the taxes, the insufficient budget that we have, Honorable Speaker, and of course there's several needs, then it's about time that we start embracing the question of the private-public partnerships across the country. It is the question of time. It is about time that we start thinking about that, right? That if you are doing a road towards Malava from Nairobi, then have an investor construct an 8-lane structure, 8-lane carriage on one side, and 8-lane carriage on the other side, with the exclusion of a free one. Then you do tolling so that you are able to recover your money. So you do 8. If you want to go express to Malava, use the dual carriage. If you do not want to pay for through the toll station, then just a similar thing that happens, of course, Honorable Speaker, to the expressway. Then you are left with that small, slender road, the old one, so that you can use and remain on traffic as you want. So it's about time that we start telling Kenyans and embracing, even as leaders, the question of the PPP. Because it is not tenable through our budget. If we will be waiting for us, for the exchequer to fund the road, to make the road that way, like Thika Superhighway, so that we can have those dual carriages all through the country, it will not be possible. We want to urge Kenyans to start embracing the private-public partnerships. A similar thing that happened, a similar one like the expressway, it's optional for you to get through the expressway to the JKIA, or you use the underpass and go, it's free, and then go to JKIA. The difference is that one will save time, the other one will pay at a cost. So those are the things that we need to embrace, because it is timely. Looking at the city planning, looking at the country's planning, we are a little bit behind. I was engaging one of the colleagues, Honorable Speaker, when we visited Zambia the other day. You will notice, Honorable Speaker, that in Lusaka, even the city planning itself has envisioned a time where the country will have a population of 50 million or 60 million, because currently Zambia, although it's double in our size, Honorable Speaker, in terms of the landmass, Their population is barely 20 million people. But looking at the city planning, the spaces they've left for those who cycle, the spaces they've left for those people who like walking along the road is very safe. But look at our country, Honorable Speaker. The cyclists, the people, the cyclists are riding their motorbikes and their bicycles just besides the vehicles, and besides those people who are doing jogging every day, and besides, of course, trailers, quite risky. And that is why, Honorable Speaker, we've got so many cases of hit and run. And I can tell you, as a legal practitioner, when I started practicing law, Honorable Speaker, the very first thing I started doing, Honorable Speaker, is going through the morgues, Honorable Speaker, for what we call ambulance chasing. And that's what most people who start practicing do whenever because it is common. People are dying on the road, Honorable Speaker, through hit and run. People are hit daily. And because of the nature of our laws, nowadays when you get a person hit by the roadside, Honorable Speaker, you can hardly stop and pick him, because when you take, even if he's, has some little pass left for him to be saved, you will fear, because when you take them to the hospital, you are asked, okay, so are you the one that hit this person? And the police will be after you. And that is why we are turning to be a country of each person for himself and God for us all. It's quite unfortunate. But General Honorable Speaker, it is about time that we start thinking through the PPPs. We start looking for the investors, viable and quality investors, to help us do the dual carriages. They toll to recover their money, but still we leave that slender one, we leave that road, that particular one, to be free of charge, so that you have an option to either toll, use through the toll station and pay, or pass through the normal one. So with that, Honorable Speaker, and this one should actually go deep into the villages, so that it can actually open up the economic channels of this country. With those very many remarks, Honorable Speaker, I am very impressed by the Honorable Faith Gitau's motion, and I suggest that it just doesn't end in these structures of motion. We need to think through the public-private partnership, Honorable Speaker, in terms of, for us to engage, for us to be able to achieve this, because it is not possible to do this through the exchequer. I beg to support, Honorable Speaker, and I thank you very much.
Before we proceed, honorable members, I would like to welcome students seated in the public gallery this morning, students from Kivuthine Secondary School, Kibwezi East Constituency, Makueni County. Let us welcome them to the National Assembly. You are welcome to continue observing the proceedings of the House. The Honorable Ekomas Mutuse, you may proceed, and I would like to request you, I've given you a chance there so that you may also welcome the students from Kibwezi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. In welcoming the students from Kivuthine Primary School in Kibwezi East, which is my neighboring constituency, just to urge them and their teachers to you are welcome to the House of Parliament. This is where decisions in terms of laws, decisions in terms of budgeting, and oversight of expenditures of the national government are taken. This is a house of record, it's a house of order. You are among the privileged few who have had the opportunity to come here, and therefore I congratulate you with your teachers for making to the House of Parliament, and we wish you all the best in your academic journeys, so that in future all of you may grow up to be professionals who this country will look up to in terms of transforming us, and some of you may also become leaders and lead your people at your time. Having said that, Madam Speaker, and I say that on behalf of the Honorable Jess Kambalu, because that is our constituency. Having said that, Madam Speaker, allow me to now comment on the motion for the expansion of major roads in the country to dual carriageways that has been moved by the Honorable Faith Gitau. From the onset, Madam Speaker, this is a motion that is not only timely, but is something that should have been done by the country many, many years ago. Madam Speaker, you are now aware that the World Bank has classified Kenya as the 6th largest economy in Africa. We have now overtaken Ethiopia and Angola, And we are now the 6th largest economy in Africa by virtue of the size of our GDP. That means that our infrastructure needs to reflect the size of our economy. And that infrastructure to reflect the size of our economy, our road systems need to be modernized, our railway systems as well need to be modernized, and so that we reflect a country that is the 6th largest economy in Africa in the 21st century. If you compare our infrastructure with that of South Africa, driving from Cape Town to Pretoria, you realize it's the dual carriage. It's a long distance. Same way from many, many cities in our continent that are smaller economies than us. And therefore, we want to congratulate the Honorable Faith Gitau for reminding us in this House and those in the executive that the time has come for our roads to be dual carriageways. Madam Speaker, I represent a constituency that is on the Nairobi-Mombasa Highway, Kibwezi West constituency. From Kibwezi town through Makindu to Emali is a distance of about 70 kilometers on the Nairobi-Mombasa Highway. And there are many, many accidents. It is the same in Kibwezi East, it is the same in Kilome constituency. There are many, many accidents that are happening because the road is a single carriageway. And we have been expecting, especially with the promise that the Americans want to do an expressway from Nairobi to Mombasa, the one that they have nicknamed Usahihi, that we may have this project come to pass so that we may reduce the number of accidents, because one life lost through a road accident is too many lives for us. We have also heard about plans to do the road from Chumvi through Konza Technopolis all the way to Emali under the funding of the Korea government. And I stand to request the executive to fast track such plans so that my people, the people living along the Nairobi-Mombasa highway, may stop losing their lives because of avoidable accidents that can be avoided by dualing the Mombasa-Nairobi highway. As for the funding, everything starts with an idea. And we cannot fear to propose ideas of dualing our roads because we do not have the money. And therefore, I want, as I support this motion, to urge the State Department for Roads to come up with a plan on how we can dual our roads and to engage Parliament so that we may pass the necessary policy and legislative framework to facilitate the dualing of all the roads in the Republic of Kenya so that we may reflect the economy that we are, that we may become attractive even to foreign investment and attract more people to come to our country, because a road network, attractive road network also is important in terms of the image of our country that we give to the people who visit our country. Having said that, Madam Speaker, I beg to support and urge that it doesn't end at mere debate, that the Committee on Implementation will pick it up so that we may have a concrete plan with clear timelines on how this will be achieved. I thank you, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mutuse. The Honorable Naomi Wako, member for Marsabit.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for allowing me to add my contribution to this very important motion brought by Honorable Faith Gitau, one of our very diligent commissioner and a member of Parliament. Honorable Speaker, as I stand, I want to confirm that I support this motion because it touches on one of the most important things that we depend on as a country. Honorable Speaker, the proposal that this House resolves that the government, through the Ministry of Roads and Transport, undertakes an expansion program of national trunk roads with the view of upgrading all classes A, B, and C roads in the country from two-way lanes to dual carriageway, one-way roads with the necessary infrastructure that include footbridges, safe crossing zones at regular intervals. Honorable Speaker, I fully support this because we know very well as a country, so many innocent lives have been lost. We've lost many people. We've lost even tourists who have been in our country due to road carnage. We've lost our young people, students, going for school trips or maybe going to their schools because of road carnage. And by expanding our road, we are sure that the accidents that keep happening in our country and on the roads will be reduced. Honorable Speaker, even as we propose this, some disciplines must be observed of time and how the drivers, should conduct, so that we will be able to grow our economy and we'll be able even to be of use to our neighbors, because Kenya, as it is today, we are at the front line and leading from there. We wouldn't want, to cause chaos and also other people to be in our country and have accidents. Honorable Speaker, we also know very well that road transport is still the preferred mode of travel and transport for many Kenyans, simply because it is affordable. And many of us prefer it because we know that when you're on the road, you are safe enough, unless maybe something that you are not aware happens. You know that you will be able to reach your destination safe. Again, if we are not able to manage and to control well, we will continue losing a lot of people. Honorable Speaker, we know that even for the service delivery, we depend on service delivery. And these days we have our motorbike, the borders, who support us. And what the motion is supporting is going to help us a lot, because with what she's saying, safe crossing zones at regular intervals, proper drainage system, and other requisite infrastructure for their optimal operation. Even our border on path to
Naomi Wako, the Deputy Whip. The Honorable Gideon Ochanda, member for Bondo.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, there are a number of things that if people and governments are not able to realize and to do, will continue being in many, many, many problems.